I want to share some of my travel plans. And when I say plans, it's not something I have actually scheduled. These are things, places I maybe want to visit, places I want to return to, but nothing is sort of planned as per se. But yeah, when finances improve and opportunities present, then yeah. So, for instance, I might think of somewhere like, where should I take my daughter in the summer holidays? Let's go and do things. I've been wanting to see the Cotswolds for a while. There's all sorts of places, you know. So of course we can look at the wide world. What countries do you want to visit? And I think sometimes just go far closer to home. Now, like if we're going to talk personal preference, I absolutely love Crete. I've been both ends of Crete at this point. I've been all the way to Hania, which obviously spells Chania, but they say Hania over there. I've been from Hania on the west all the way to, begins with V, via something. I don't know if we're going to find it on the map. Well, we had to go through there. So I think it's over here. Vi Beach, wherever the hell Vi Beach is. It's not coming. Hey, Vi Beach, all the way, all the way. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got palm trees, which you wouldn't expect. It's coming up with a hotel now. Why is it coming up with a hotel? Maybe do a viewpoint. I don't really know. Okay, I don't know why it's doing the beach. Oh, it's not showing the beach, unfortunately. But maybe if we do this, it might come up with some place. There you go, the beach. The food there was ridiculously expensive, and it weren't really stuff we wanted, so we just had to like some ice creams and shit, you know. There's the palm trees. I've actually got nicer photos than this myself, so this isn't doing it anywhere near the justice it deserves. But yeah, I like the Greek food, and it's just a really really nice place. And that literally, how'd you get out of this bit then? Just get around. This is a freaking mess once you start opening it up. Get rid of that. So yeah, oh, for crying out loud. No. How'd you get rid of this bit? Right. All the way. Anyway, so that's this end here of Crete. All the way along here, all the way along the top here. Nikolaos is really nice. I also went to this island. I think it's been a longer island. I think it was further up. I might be wrong. Here. Spin a longer island, this little one here. It's like a fort. It's pretty cool. Really nice. I got photos myself on a little a boat that takes you over there. But I just think Greece is beautiful. You know, it has so much history as well. So yeah, all the way from the east, all the way to pretty much the west. Haven't been the furthest west, but near enough. And you know, I want to return to Crete because I absolutely love it. If I could have a second home somewhere, I'd love to have a second home there. I fell in love with it. The roads are frightening because I don't like heights. So some of it was like making me sweaty, to be totally honest. I still persevered because I wanted to see what's on the other side of it. But yeah, they were like near death experiences, believe me. Like yeah. So yeah, I stayed really Hassanis around here, and then I just did sort of like coach trips, which I really enjoyed. Now I know some people don't maybe like being around other people to that extent, but I find it quite fun to go on experiences, and I think experiencing things that others are doing too. You know, it's just nice. I like the coach trips. So yeah, that was from there, and then you pass through Heraklion. So I haven't actually been deep into Heraklion though, so I did want to go and visit there at some point. But again, you see all little bits along the way. I rented a car, went to the beaches, and had explored. Went to a water theme park, which was pretty cool. And yeah, so we went all the way over to Hania. Then there was Lake Kaunas, which was really, really beautiful. I don't think it's going to show a photo. There was a nice place to eat, and it might show the views from there. And this is I'm just showing only Greece. Again, I've got nicer photos than this. It's just that some people are just not very good at photography, are they? But it is an incredible place to visit. It's so peaceful. Weather's incredible, but obviously in those sort of places, weather's incredible until it's not, and when it's not, it's freaking terrifying. But yeah, there's other places to go. I haven't been to the south yet, but again, the problem really is a lot of it is mountain passing. So it's like, do you even want to risk it? You know, I did want to go on some more trips. So yeah, I hope to one day explore much of Crete. I've got some books on Crete. I couldn't help it as a tourist. I'm like, I need to know all about this place. Because if you look at it, I've got a fascination with ancient Egypt. So when you look at where Crete is, in general. It's really close to Egypt anyway. Egypt's here. It's literally just off. It's not that far, you know. It's pretty cool. Um, so yeah. Anyway, so and I'm also thinking maybe go Portugal at some point. I've been to Spain. I've been to France. France really just obviously most Brits have been to Calais, but I've been to Paris because I went to Euro Disney when I was younger. So I'm aware of what France is like to an extent, and the south of Spain. But yeah, and I've been to America, Florida twice. America is a beautiful place. It's just at the moment with the politics and things, it's just a bit out of touch to an extent, really. But it doesn't change the fact that America has a lot of diversity as well, much like Europe. It's just that Europe has a different culture because of the different dialects, but they literally, genuinely, it's just that the culture really does change between each country. So yeah, I do. At some point, I can see myself going back to America. Now, I haven't, in terms of countries I don't want to go to. I don't want to go anywhere where there's no like human rights are diminished. I don't want to go somewhere where security um, isn't guaranteed. Pretty much, I don't see the point of risking your life to see something. It's like unless you're getting old and you just desperately want to see something. I think if you take your life seriously. So a lot of people in the UK like to go to Turkey and they think nothing of it. I'm someone that thinks about everything and I'm aware of where they're situated. I'm aware of sort of the politics and the things that go on. And I know there's always a risk of terrorist attacks, especially to the south of Turkey because it borders Syria. Now, a lot of people, they go on holiday and they go, oh, this is nice, nice. Like you go to Antalya. Oh, I can't even spell it. I think a lot of people go down to here. Yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't be a nice experience, but if you're going to go there, I might as well go Greece. It's far safer to go to Greece, and it's incredibly beautiful. So I don't feel I need to see it. And again, there's a risk because you're bordering some of these dangerous countries. I mean, Syria's here, and then and then you go through. We've got Jordan here, Lebanon, and then we're in Israel. So these are not places that are particularly safe right now, and Turkey is bordering that. So anyway, not here to be anti anything. It's just an awareness of safety in that sense. My mum recently come back from Tunisia, absolutely loved it, and I just said she even said, "Would you like to come next time?" I said no. I said I wouldn't even go if someone's paying for free, and that's not disrespecting anything. And it's an awareness. I know there's a risk of terrorist incidents there at any moment. It's not a safe place. There could be uprisings. I am aware of the world. Some people just go and go, "Oh, it's so beautiful." Though I don't care. That doesn't change the fact that it's not safe, and you're putting your life at risk. But that's not something I'll play with. And I'm not trying to ruin anything for anyone here, but it's just an awareness. And the same for sort of like Morocco and things. But Tunisia is bordering Libya. It's it's just not somewhere that I'm just talking from my own preference right now. I love Europe. I don't see the need to go to explore deeper at the moment. It is annoying that certain countries it feels, or even the whole entire regions feel closed off to an extent. And maybe at some point in life, I'll explore a bit more those places because look, it is huge, Africa compared to Europe, or at least on a map. Whether it is realistic, I don't know. But yeah, these are so I'm more interested in it now. When I talk about place I want to visit, it's not going to always be the beach. Like it's not always going to be coastal places. I really want to visit Switzerland. It's not really doing a very good job splitting places up here, is it? If I can see where the hell I'm going, I think it's around here. Yeah. So I would love to see Switzerland, even though I'm not particularly fond of heights because there's a lot of like mountain passes and really high places in general. But it just looks incredibly beautiful and scenic, and it's somewhere I'd like to see. But I know it's expensive. And I'd love to visit Iceland at some point. Where are we going? Iceland. I wouldn't even know the area to pick out of Iceland. Again, it looks very mountainous, but I've seen how absolutely beautiful it looks. And these are places I would like to visit. And this isn't where everybody wants to visit because everybody wants the sun. So if you do Reykjavik, which is their city, isn't it? It's their main city. See, this is where we can just start picking out some pictures, really. And you just go, it looks really nice. The glaciers, how the purity of it all. And obviously that's the main city. So if you was to pick somewhere a bit more tranquil, which I'm not sure where we're going to find that now. How the hell do you come out of this? It's really hard, isn't it? Without losing where you're going. I wouldn't know where the best place is to be. I haven't done research. So if I'm going somewhere, I'm obviously going to research where I want to go, what my plan is. But let's not forget home. And I think everybody has, or most people really, have a tendency to discount their own place they live and sort of complain all the time. Like, I love my country, and I just notice a lot of people just don't like where they come from, and it's just I never understand that at all. Um, so you can find beauty anywhere. I mean, people travel for a reason, and they travel to in and out of every country, you know. So I was born in I'm born and raised in Southend-on-Sea, so it's Essex. So this region here is Essex from Colchester, even just like slightly above Colchester. This one zoom in a little bit. So from Colchester around here, Braintree, and it comes down. I think Bishop Stortford and Harlow and things, so Essex as well. So it is quite big. It goes all the way around here to here. Might even go slightly higher. No, it goes around about there to Bishop Stortford, Harlow. I'm not sure if Bishop Stortford's Essex. I'm not sure. But anyway, it borders London, so it's on the boundary, the periphery. It's, I think, 20 miles from Southend to London. On a train, I think it's about 40 minutes, is it? I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, regions look small, but because of how diverse the population density and things like that, it takes time because of traffic and all sorts. But you know, as much as it's built up, there are some incredibly beautiful places. You just got to find those pockets, you know. So if you don't ever leave your town, your city, your location, and you don't explore, and you go, this country's going to hell, it's horrible. It's like, yeah, because you haven't seen the rest of the country, though. You're just seeing pockets of a country. It's easy to say, this is hell, this is horrible, this is horrible. It's like, where are you, though? You know, it's up to you to expand your life. And it's crazy. So, like, for instance, if you go on Southend, obviously people from Southend, I know everywhere in Southend, all the nooks and crannies. And sometimes I do miss what I would perceive as home, but there's certain things I don't like. It's far too busy traffic density wise, like where I live now. I don't have that. It's far easier for me to get into the countryside if I chose to. But there I got the beach quick and easy. But the problem with Southend, for instance, is it's literally at an end. It's like a dead end almost. So there's only like maybe two ways in and out. You can either go west. You can either go west or north. You can't go south directly because you have to go towards London here to Thurrock, and then you have to cross the Dartford tunnel to go south. So that's a whole trek. You know, it's like 20-minute drive, I guess. I can't remember now. No, it's even longer than that. I don't know. Well, it takes about 40-50 minutes to get Harlow now. It used to take me half an hour when there was, but they put deep speed restrictions on a lot of the roads. Anyway, I don't want to sort of go too crazy with all that. Just really show an understanding, really, of where you can go, and really time frames are important. So Southend, it has a massive pier, and it has its own amusement park, like theme park, which is very popular especially with London tourists. Why is it not coming up? Adventure Island. Is it not going to come up? That's really weird. Adventure Island's not coming up, so I can't even do a picture. Like, if I was to Google it and start typing, yeah, it'd help, but this is really frustrating. Whoa, it just took me all the way to bloody Crete again. Why the hell has it done that? God damn, wait a minute. Let me just get rid of these. Oh, it's going on all the locations I've been to. Oh, for crying out loud. All right, we're not going to touch that ever again. That's really frustrating. But anyway, so if you was in Southend, for instance, you got Adventure Island, and you got the seafront. It's nice, but it gets really busy, and it's nice out of season. Let's say that when it's bank holiday weekend, for instance, and everyone's travelling, it's a nightmare. But Two Tree Island to the west here, it's nice. You go past Lee train station, so it's round the back of the Lee train station. So you got Lee train station here. You go around the back of it, and it looks more like a deserted area, pretty much, really. I actually, when I'm younger, if we want to just show a little story here, I had some friends. We'd drive our cars, messing about. Well, causing any trouble. It's just like this was more like out of the way, you know. It's not residential at all. It's some nice places just to go for walks. It's just a road that's not marked or anything, you know. It's a road though, of course. So we'd go there, and there's a bridge here, only a little bridge, and I drove fast over the bridge, and it actually lifted in the air. Pretty cool. But it actually smashed the bottom, it whacked the ground, and then it did my suspension and all sorts of problems. It cost a lot to fix. But that was an experience, just to show that. Wouldn't do that again, of course. But you do have like places to visit. So like you could say, oh, it's all dense. It's full of Londoners coming in. It's just, it's not a nice place. You get that some places, you know. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't always feel safe everywhere. But I think you find that anywhere. You know, you can pick anywhere on the world, and you're going to feel there's certain places within that location that are not safe, that don't feel safe. But I always think it's like what you make of it. Have your awareness about you. Like, don't put yourself it's purposely in places that are dangerous, because effectively you're going to run out of luck eventually. That's the way I see that. Um, let's see if this comes up with a decent picture. I don't suppose it will. Why the hell's it done that? I click that and it sends me north now. This is terrible. But the Microsoft Maps is terrible. I was just using the one that's built into the browser, but this is terrible. Crying out loud. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get photos without this going mental. But yeah, anyway, if you're in the Southend region, that's really nice. One place a lot of us like going is Hadley Castle. I don't know why it said Hadley. So Hadley Castle, I'm hoping it does it. It's not even going to show a photo, is it? Why can't I show photos? I've got loads of photos on my phone of it, and everyone's done. So many people have done photos. I probably should have started with Google, because I think this one's turning nightmare. Without that, we're not really going to be able to get a photo. Let me do that. Actually, as a country park, let me see if I can get the Headley Castle. Okay, so this is huge. There's a mountain bike, Olympic mountain bike section they made, which is mental. It's crazy though how they've carved that out. But actually, you can go on huge walks with that, and it's nice to have safe places to go. You know, where you just go and see the countryside little bits, and it's like that's little pockets of beauty mixed in a densely populated urban area, pretty much. And this is Hadley Castle. I used to like going quite often. It's pretty much ruins now, but it's more the fact you get to see a piece of history, but also on the backdrop of that, you just get to see this massive open fields, these like almost like wetlands to an extent on the back end of it, and then you get to see the sea. So it's just, and then there's a train that goes through. So it's pretty nice when you see the train coming. It just feels peaceful. People go there maybe to have picnics and all sorts up there. There you go. You can see it here. You stand on top here as you like think about it back in the day when there was a castle there, like a fort for protection. They put it on. It's interesting. They put it high up, of course, which makes sense. And it's an easy enough trek around. And like I say, there you've got the sea in the background, so it's really nice. But it's actually really, once you go beyond that and you take a different turn, you can go on a huge walk that would last for hours, and you might get fed up because you think, I just want to get home. I've got to find my way out of this. So that's interesting. So on the backdrop of that, it makes me want to see more places. So I was thinking of doing the National Trust. I think it's the National Trust. I haven't actually planned it here. I'll try and get it up because it might be able to do that. Let me see if I can get the National Trust up just quickly. National Trust. Is it this one? So you can get a membership with this National Trust, which is rejected. Coast and beaches. There is a thing. I'm not sure where you go to do it. There's a membership you can do. And I think it's about £180 a year, and it gives you free parking at locations, which is cool. And free entry. So some places might require entry. Membership. And I was thinking of joining this. You can get an annual membership. Free entry to more than 500 places in our care. Free parking. You get a handbook, get a magazine 3 times a year. You can do it online. You can do just a direct debit membership, And it's like, I'm someone that likes to explore. I'm someone that likes to see places. I'm not what one person may consider boring, another person finds enjoyable. I'm not a party and lunatic. I'm not interested in nightclubs and all that shit. I'm not interested in destroying my body. I don't have an attraction to that life. I like to just see the world, and it makes me happy and peaceful. Of course, I like doing other things. It's not just about just walking around and seeing things. But there is a side of me that just enjoys the natural beauty. Oh, there's a life membership, but that costs a fortune. But you get to see the whole country because it's like pockets. It might be like maybe 5 locations in this region, another 6 in that region, 8 up in north. And it just I think because you've got the membership, it's going to make you want to see those places. I'm not sure if it's showing the actual what we've got. Discover and learn, history, nature, gardening tips, crafts, film and TV, visit. So here we got visit, and it's giving you all the areas around the country. You've even got things to do, places to eat, go walking, coasts and beaches, garden parks, castles and forts, countryside and woodland. I'm all for that. Let's have a look at some castles. Oh, wow, now I want to go and see that one. Look at that. I need that photo. I need to find that location so I can get that photo. And then I want to go in there and see if I can get any photos the other direction. Royalty, wars, and even ghosts. The castle we care for have seen it all. And also, I want to go Edinburgh castles. I wasn't going to go on to that yet. That's a 6-hour drive. I've looked it up. And it literally, from where I am, I think it's about 4 hours to go to France. So make that make sense. It's 4 hours to get to France, 6 hours to get to Scotland. It's crazy. I don't suppose they're on the list because Scotland, I'm not sure Scotland's part of their trust. So this one's Dunster Castle in Somerset. Didn't even know about it. Look at this one, Bodiam Castle. Bodiam, I don't know. East Sussex. That's got a moat around it. I don't know. I can't see any more photos on it. Is that all we get? Prices. So, whole property standard. What the hell does that mean? Oh, whole property from the March. So it can cost up to £15. But again, if you've got your membership, it's free. Free entry for National Trust members. So that's why That's why I was thinking about getting a membership, because then you can just go anywhere. You don't. As long as you go a few times a year, I think I don't know. It just gets you going out. It gets you travelling, doesn't it? And I like that. So let's not go too far off. But anyway, it's all sorts. I don't know if we could do one more where it showed Discover and Learn. I just want to do. Let's just do that one just briefly. Let's do Countryside of Woodlands, because I do like that. Oh, that looks nice too. That looks nice. See, I want to. This is what I'm saying. This looks. This looks nice to me. What's this place? North Downs, Surrey. Oh, that's nice. Look, that's what I'm saying. How can someone say that doesn't look nice? I know it's not look big now. I mean, I can't. They only show me one image, but just I know it's obviously we're looking at the sun. But even without the sun being in that exact position, you can see this looks scenic. This is nice. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to go too mental down that path. But yeah, it does get you exploring, and there's all these little pockets of places. For instance, like I say, Malden round here. Here we go. So Malden has this promenade park. That's really nice. A lot of families go there. It can get busy, but it's a really nice place to go to too. That's not really doing it justice. Why is it not? I don't want to click that if it's going to send me somewhere else, because I've got a feeling it will. So effectively, you've got the boats over here. I'm not sure it's going to show any photos. There's a lot of boats moored up here, and it's just nice. You might go and have something to eat, and you just got this nice view. But a lot of people just go to this park. I think there's water features there as well. Again, really nice. It's somewhere just to go and visit, Don't want to go too mad with that. So anyway, let's not go too crazy. Then you got Mersey Island to the right. So this isn't even that far away, but that's my hometown. So I'm now in Peterborough. Where the hell is Peterborough anymore? Where the hell am I going? It's around here. I've lost track of it. Okay. So now I'm in Peterborough, which is not pretty much central England, really. Central to slightly east, but rather central. You get up and down, fair. I still want to visit Lincoln. I haven't been Lincoln yet, which seems silly because I guess a lot of people have. And I want to visit York. It's not like they're urgent, but these are places I would like to visit. York has, like, if you look at it, I think it reminds, from what I see of photos, it looks a bit like Edinburgh, really, with the old-fashioned, like, streets and cobbled streets and things. It just looks really nice. So if I took that photo at random, it'd be just, there's no point zooming in with the photos. It really is. I get a bit annoyed with Google. I mean, for crying out loud, with the Microsoft one, they're really nice. See, it looks like Edinburgh Castle. Look at that. That looks nice, doesn't it? I mean, people that have lived there would say, well, I bet they've got bad things to say about it. And it's like, that's the thing. People hardly ever appreciate what they have on their doorstep. They take it for granted, or they're just never satisfied. But it's like, sometimes you just got to get yourself out of comfort, though, and just go other places too, because you can. Like I get, when I was in like Southend, you get fed up with the beach in the end. You get fed up with the seafront, and yet for other people, it's like the place they want to visit all year. They're like, we're going to go there. We're going to get to go there when the summer comes. Once it's on your doorstep, the novelty wears off, and that's life. So that looks really cool, doesn't it? That looks cool. To me, it looks cool. Now people moan about Peterborough a lot. They say it's one of the worst places to live. I guess it depends on where you live. My side of where I live it's not that bad at all, and I've got a lot of like amenities around me. It's easy for me to get to a really nice park. You can just walk, and it's got lakes around it. It's just incredibly beautiful. It's like easy for me to get into the countryside so I can see the scenery. What's not to love about that? That's crazy to me. Like, I just think people like, if you're going to place yourself for places where it's miserable, then you're going to be miserable. I'm going to have a hard time finding the exact location of the cathedral. I think I found it. So let's have a look at I just liked what York had. Well, look, what's Peterborough got? Peterborough is also beautiful. If we can find a decent image of the, I don't think I'm gonna get a really good photo of the cathedral. I did have it before. It's just really nice too, you know. And again, you can sit there all day long and complain about things, but there's natural beauty everywhere, in my opinion. When I say natural, like heritage. Um, but even if you go further afield, like here, look. I mean, the top of these buildings don't look nice, but you wouldn't be you wouldn't be in the air. You wouldn't be in the air. So that's Peterborough. Now, from Peterborough, of course, you can get all over the place. I've been Manchester. I've had to pass through the Peak District. And what I would say is passing through, because I had to, there was obviously more efficient ways, but sometimes the roads would have heavy traffic, there'd be accidents, and I'd get diversions. And one diversion took me through Derbyshire, and I kid you not, Derby was beautiful. I'm not sure about Derby City Centre or anything, but Derbyshire itself, I wouldn't know where to pick. I wouldn't know exactly where to pick, but I kid you not, the views were just stunning. It was really, really, really nice. And going through the Peak District and things was really pretty too. And I haven't been to the Lake District. A lot of people obviously have stories of the Lake District. I haven't been there. So that's somewhere else to visit. So the UK, for instance, you could argue looks small, but it's quite diverse, and there's a lot of places to visit, and it still takes time to get there. You know, like I said, it's going to take for me to get up to Edinburgh, for instance. Here, let's say Edinburgh Castle because it looks stunning. I don't actually know where it is on the map. I don't know if it's east, west, south, north. Who knows where the hell it is? I don't think we're going to find it. It's going to be the city centre, though, isn't it? Because I've seen images of it. Yeah. A bit annoying. Anyone who lives there is going to think I'm stupid because I don't know where it is. I don't like to just start typing it to try and find it that way because it's stupid. I'm sure it's in the middle. I'm sure I'd have thought it'd be there. That's why it's confusing me. You look in there and it says a park. Hollywood Park. Oh, look at that. Oh, just took me off the best picture. That looks nice. It's probably a better example. Look at the landscape. Oh, my lord. I just want to find this freaking castle. I'm going to have to put Edinburgh Castle in a minute. I'm at a loss. It's so diverse, isn't it? It's quite a big space. You'd think it'd just pop at you. It should. I don't want to say the wrong thing here because I wouldn't have thought it would. I wouldn't have thought it'd be near the water. I thought it was in the middle of the city. What's this one? Oh, Botanic Gardens. That'd be nice. I don't want to throw myself off though. I don't actually know where the castle is. I haven't done enough. Like I said, you'd research the places and you'd figure it out. Because I would have thought the city would have been built around the castle. Right, what we're going to do, we're just going to do Edinburgh Castle because we're going to be all bligging day. Edinburgh Castle. I'm probably spelling it wrong. I can't believe I can't find it on a map. That's outrageous. I have to apologise. Edinburgh Castle is near this looking park. I could do the picture. I just want to find it. It looks like it's around that. It is around that. No, it's not. This one. Here it is. Doesn't come on a bloody map. It says War Museum, New Barracks. This is the castle. God damn, Edinburgh Tea Brooms Castle. That's why there's not coming up. All right, now we know where it is. It's really here. This small little bit out the whole freaking city. It's crazy. But it's up the top of this. I have some other castles. I'm not sure if it's Edinburgh per se. But it'd be nice to see these places, you know, just because of the where they're located. And I think there was another one to see as well. Almost looks like a bit of Hogwarts, like, doesn't it? Without the spires. But that'd be nice. I think that'd be a nice drive just to go up to Scotland anyway and experience that side of the region, really. And then obviously you could pick apart loads of places. You know, if anyone says, "Oh, England's horrible," it's like, how does that any of that look horrible to you? To me, it looks incredibly beautiful. Now I know for the most part it's just castles at this point. We've just found a freaking castle or cathedrals. That's what we're finding so far, isn't it? I'm aware of that. But that's not all I'm interested in, of course. Like I said, you've got beautiful things here. Wales I want to see because there's some places in Wales I've just seen with like rivers that just run through these incredibly beautiful places, which brings me on to the Cotswolds as well. I really, really do want to see the Cotswolds. I'm not sure exactly about it. I've just seen images, and I don't suppose it's going to give you one um, specific place where I can just pick because I'm not sure where the best place is in the Cotswolds. It's a region. Um, Cotswolds National Landscape. Is it going to be any region I can just pick? That's an inn. That's not going to be a photo, is it? They're all inns. Wayfaring and oh, that's a horse riding. Rose Cottage. Original site of Rose Cottage. What does that mean? Is that is that a place that's worth seeing? Cheltenham. I don't think we're going to be able to get. The only way we're going to get that actually, if I put Cotswolds, because it's a region. I don't know the exact place to go. I'd have to do the old research. So let's just do Cotswolds and do some images for the Cotswolds. It's the only way we're going to get some fairness with this. Now, look at this beautiness. We'll just start and go through some of them. Look at that and tell me you wouldn't want to go and see that. I want to go and see that. You know, I'm sure it'd be a nice place to live too, but I don't think it even comes down to money. I'm sure it's availability. Like how no one's going to be selling these properties. Look how stunning this is. And then you get people say, "I hate this country. It's going to hell," or "It's so boring," or "Is this?" Where do you live? Where do you travel? You know, it's just I see it all the time. And I just think people just don't get outside their own places. And who do you associate yourself with? I want to get out and I want to see these places and I want to enjoy life. You know, just enjoy. Look at the cap. Oh my god, it's stunning. That looks like something from Lord of the Rings. I know they keep showing the same place. That's one of obviously the most iconic places because the amount of photos it gets with that little bridge. But it's so beautiful, isn't it? And that's not the only place. You'd say that's just the Cotswolds. Fair enough. I found somewhere not far from Peterborough, and I was really happy. I was like mesmerised by it, to be totally honest. It's still a bit of a trek. It's not just down the road. It's about 2 hour bleeding drive. So we have Hunstanton, probably one of the closer beaches. We've got Hunstanton over here. It's pretty. It's a nice beach to the North Sea. Actually, it says the Wash. I'm not sure if it's exactly the North Sea, but are we going to get any photos? But anyway, it's a massive beach. It's got really nice. It was sandy, so I don't think it's not full of stones and things. Like Southend Beach has stones and shells, more shells, but it's like hurt for your feet. This is more beautiful. And it's got this cliff on one end. So if you go, this is the cliff side. And if you go around there, I think it's this side. It might be that side, but I think it's the other side. Or one of them is where it gets clearer. So you don't have that. Yeah, very British. But I didn't see all this. I was on a different side. So that's why I think it's round the other end, maybe where you don't have all the amusement bits. Yeah. So you don't have all the amusement. This is it. So you park in this car park. I think that's roughly where I went. And obviously the sea goes out. So the sea, where you see it, the lines here, that's what it was like for me. But then the water can come in quite quick. So you've got to be so careful. But that's a really nice place to visit if you just want to go and see a beach. Like I love my country. And I love it because it's great. And it's like people don't like it. I just think they're not getting outside their homes or they're not. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know where they go. Again, I think people abuse their bodies. They waste life. And I just think it's sad. Sandringham, I've been a couple of times now. It's incredibly beautiful. It's a bit of a walk at times. But if you want to feel at peace, like genuinely amongst incredible, huge trees, it's like it's the royal family's retreat. So it's one of their country retreats. So Sandringham here. Sandringham Estate. It's not come up a photo, but if we go visit a centre, I think it might come up. I got some beautiful photos of Sandringham. It's not coming up with photos. I'm not sure why. Yeah, they're not coming up with photos. It's not very good, this Microsoft thing. It's not very good for photos. Now, I didn't see the house. You have to pay extra to go and see that. By the time I'd walked around everything, I didn't really need to see the building. I don't know what you'd call it. So this is all focused on the house. Of course, it's there. It's it's going to be beautiful, isn't it? It's the freaking royal families. But I'm trying to find the. Let me just put Sandringham Forest or something. Let me see. Yeah, this is giving it a bit more reality of what it looks like. Again, it's focusing a lot on the house. I want to show more what you'd see if you just went for a day out. It's expensive to park, could you not? I think it cost maybe about £10 parking. It was ridiculous. 'Cause I didn't see the views of the house. That's why I'm getting a bit like I'm trying to find a way around it. I don't know why they're doing that. Again, I got loads of photos myself where it's incredibly beautiful. This isn't doing it justice. This is one of the views you got, and I've got a better photo than that one. But that's just when you're looking down. But it was nice. These are not going to do it justice at all. I've got far better photos. I don't know why these photos end up the ones on Google when they're not very good. So if you've got kids and stuff, yeah, it had this whole area where it was pretty fun for them near the car park. Again, it's quite diverse, and it's it's a really, really relaxing walk. So although the price of parking was expensive, I felt it was, in that instance, I actually felt it's justified. It was like worth it. And again, you go through here, and it's just all like there's so many like country roads. You feel like you're in the countryside. It just it's just beautiful. Through Cambridgeshire and Norfolk. So one of the places I liked, and I'm going to go again. I want to take my daughter. You have got so you've got two areas here. We've got Cromer, which is more of a populated place. So if you used to go, but I like Mundersley. So it's about 2 hours for me to get to Mundersley. I don't think it's going to show the beach. In fact, what we do, it's really, again, I told you the photos are terrible. It's doing my head in because they're not doing anything. I don't know how you spell it, so I'm going to take it. And I'm going to just put the beach, Mundersley Beach. There you go. It's just crap, isn't it? It's really, really nice. Again, you don't get stones in this region. So Norfolk just doesn't have stones or shells everywhere, you know? It's really beautiful. But again, I've got better photos than all this stuff. It's crazy to me. This one would be a good one to show. So at the top end of this, further back, you get this really beautiful view where it's like panoramic. You can see so much. I went on a walk quite a way down the other end and come up this steep hill near this. I don't know if it's near a lifeguard station or whatever it was. And then you had to come back through slightly back through the little villagey town section. But you're seeing parts of it that maybe most people are not exploring, but it was really nice. There's sort of cafes and an amusement bit. It's small, but it's there. And you just walk through this really, really beautiful tiny little village. So, like, for instance, they've got a car park, but when I first went there, I just parked. Because I would actually just think, okay, a lot of places they charge parking, but if you just go a few streets down, you'll find like residential area, you can just park your car there. It's free, and it's not a little bit more of a walk, and you get to see a little bit more of the town. So that's what I did. So I just parked a little bit further back, and I got to walk through the beautiful little streets, and it didn't cost anything to park. So that was nice. But again, the photos are never doing justice. They're quite terrible. People are not very good with photographs, are they? They take terrible angles. It wasn't busy when I went, but there will be busy periods, of course. So it's showing stones there, actually. But I think it's sections, whatever section, it depends on the section you get to, really. Again, it's not going to show the town, is it? It's just not going to do it justice. So if we do the village, Mundersley Village, maybe it'll give us some better photos of the town. Yeah, this is how little quaint it is. Look at tiny little village. Look how nice this village looks. For crying out loud, now go straight onto the beach. It's not going to do it justice. But you can see it's this tiny little place. It's this really nice village called Mundersley. It's 2 hours away, and for me, it's a good day out. The alternative is if you want somewhere more built up, urbanized, you can go Cromer. So you've got Cromer Beach. Is it going to show us a photo? Yeah, it's got its own little pier. Nothing like Southend Pier. So Southend Pier go quite miles out than that. But it's still nice. Look, you've got this nice flat beach there. And you've obviously got restaurants, you've got hotels, you've got all sorts of things there in this one. And I think you had more amenities as you're driving through. So if you do need to go to anywhere like a DIY place or something, you can find those quite easy in that area as well. But from my point of view, it's not far away from Mundersley, maybe 20 minutes, I'm guessing, looking at the map. Yeah. Anyway, so they're nice places to visit, and that's where I've been. So then you've got the Norfolk Broads. I haven't even been to the Norfolk Broads. I don't think I have. I don't know. I might have been when I was younger. I'm not sure. Um, Growing up, I used to go on caravan trips to Great Yarmouth, which was in Hopton. If we can find Hopton, I think Hopton was just above. Was it below? It's round here. Not Southwold. Oh yeah, Hopton-on-Sea. So if we go Hopton-on-Sea, hopefully it'll zoom in and we can get some things. So there's a holiday park in Hopton, and it's so beautiful. I think it's around here. Is it to the north or the south of the beginning? Hopton Holiday Village. This is it. It's not obviously not showing photos, unfortunately. So if we do Hopton Caravan, we'll just do Hopton Caravan. It would be nice. I want to go again. I did recently look. If you go in holiday season, so like if your kid's on holiday, it costs a fortune to go for a week. About £1,000 doesn't even make sense. Yet you go off season, you go like a few weeks early or a month before, whatever. It's like 100. It's like less than £200. So like I want to go again just to relax, just to get away for like a week or so, or 5 days, or whatever it is. Just chill. Because it's like I'm not a big drinker. I'm not into all that going to the pubs and all that nonsense. But with them, it's like a clubhouse, so like where they've got people like entertaining on stage. It's more of a relaxed environment. I like to have then in a drink. I like that sort of environment. It feels just relaxing. It's a bit safer. You're not full of deranged lunatics who've got no control of themselves. So in that environment, I like it. There's a indoor swimming pool. So they've got it here. So for me, it's just relaxing. They've even got like amusement entertainment places. They've got places to go to eat, and of course, you go out of the park. You can go out of here. So that the beach is really, really nice. It's just I love it. It's the best caravan one I've ever been to. Now, like I say, if it's going to cost £1,000 to go on holidays, you might as well go abroad. But if you can find it for like £200, less than £200 for a period away off season, for me, it's great. Which again, if we're gonna do that, you can start going to Pleasurewood Hills, which I thought was south more. I don't know. It's a theme park anyway. It's a big theme park in the UK, not the biggest. It's more designed for kids, really. Why the hell has it not come up on any lists? This is not the best map. I don't suggest using Microsoft Maps. Not the best. But anyway, yeah, got a theme park that's not too far away. So what I'm saying is, from there you can go on days out. It gives you a hub, doesn't it, to sort of like go and travel out. Why is it not coming up on my map? Let me see if I can get it on my map. Oh, okay. Pleasurewood Hills is in the middle of Great Yarmouth, I think, or Lowestoft. Oh, it's above Lowestoft. So effectively, yeah. So you go stay. Let's say you stay in a caravan park up here. This is Hopton. You only have to go down a little bit, and you're at Pleasurewood Hills. It's about half an hour drive, I think, if I'm right. It might be slightly longer. I don't know. It doesn't look longer. So it's in Lowestoft, or just above Lowestoft, really. So it's this one here. And if we go back, how do we go back? Oh, it was this one, wasn't it? No, it was on that one. I just don't want to mess anything up. Back again, Pleasurewood Hills. That's good. So you can see it, and I like the water rides and things like that. But you've got some crazy ones that I wouldn't go on. Make me sick. But anyway, it's a day out, isn't it? This is the point. There's so much you can do in this country. It's like it's crazy. You can't just say there's nothing anywhere. It's like where do you look? That's the thing, isn't it? And that's all just on the east side. And that's more where I'm familiar with. So these are places I'm aware of. Of course, I want to see other places. So I do want to go places like Lincoln, which isn't far from me. I think it's about an hour and a bit. I've just not gone yet. Which brings you over to this side I haven't even been around this side. I'm not sure I really need to be totally honest. We've got Skegness, which is quite popular with tourists and things. Grimsby there. But yeah, York would be a really nice place to visit. I've been Manchester, the city centres. It gets busy. It can feel dangerous in some places, but you just get on. But what I would say is there's usually quite a few things to do, especially different periods of the year. And yeah, it's not a place where there's, I don't think, nothing to do. There's always something going on, but it is a very urbanised area. But as I say, I really want to go to Wales at some point, certain sections of Wales. We want to do the Cotswolds. I always wanted, when I was younger, I wanted to live in the New Forest area because I saw it on TV and I was like, New Forest looks beautiful. So I would like to see it in my lifetime. I'm not sure if I live there now, but wait a minute, New Forest. See if we get some photos up of the New Forest because it just looks incredible, you know. So yeah, it's just harmonious, you know. These are places I like. That's beautiful. So as I say, what I enjoy might be incredibly beautiful, boring to some people, but to me, it's like this is bliss, peace. Look at that. Yeah, and like I say, there's places everywhere. You can sit and pick apart every little place, but it's like you can get to these places. These are just places that I want to visit, and this is only in England. You know, um, I want to get, for instance, I can get dual nationality because of a grandparents. Well, one of my grandparents was Irish, so I really want to get an Irish passport so I can be dual citizen. That helps with like travel, but also if I wanted to one day live in Europe or anything, it makes it easier. And of course, if they start doing visa costs in and out of Europe for holiday, you can avoid that by having the Irish. And of course, it's ancestry. I don't know at this point. I can't. So, for instance, if I had that and I had a child born after I had the passport, that would extend them the ability to then have that Irish. And I think it's just important for your bloodline, your heritage. So that's something I do want to sort out, but I'm not sure. It's complicated. I thought it'd be easier than it is, but for me, so far, it seems complicated process. Just for the evidence and proof of things. But again, that means I'd like to see places. I'd love to see parts of Ireland again where it is safe, because there's some places are just not like anywhere. And like I say, I absolutely love Crete. I would like to see more, obviously, other parts of Greece as well. But I found a place I like, and I'm like, I really do like it there. And like I say, I do want to go Portugal. I want to try Portugal at some point. I want to go more mainland, see different places, because I want to see the history of places. It's just really sad, I think, that majority of the world is not safe or not tourist friendly. So like you go Europe here, and then you go, well, how much of Africa's safe really? Because it's perceived that people, especially white-skinned people, are going to be wealthy. It's just what they expect. Then you go to sort of like, you start heading towards the Middle East, and they're just not friendly with each other, are they? So it's just crazy. It's just quite volatile, and you get that in Asia as well. Like the neighbors don't always get along, and it's a completely different culture. So not everywhere is particularly safe, really, and it's like risk reward, I guess. Like from Japan, from my understanding, isn't even a naturally formed, or at least um a long-term country. I think it's sprouted out of the water from volcano activity or something like that. So it can actually end up going back under the sea at some point, which is pretty freaking mental. Then you got Hawaii here. It's not somewhere I particularly feel comfortable going, Hawaii, because it's so far in the middle of nowhere. If there's ever an incident on a plane, it's like that's quite dangerous because you've got nothing nearby to get any support. Not that I know anything, but anyway, it just seems quite mental. So you got California, of course, here. You got Mexico, and then you start going to South America and things. Australia would be nice at some point, but that's a whole day that's a whole day flying. It's quite mad. Yeah. Places to see, of course. Like I said, there's loads of places in America to visit as well. If you start picking out places, I always wanted to go Tennessee, Nashville, because I like country music. So that would have been really fun. I actually had a dream when I was younger, whether I'd bother doing it. Again, I think our ambitions change, to hire a car from Florida and drive to Vegas or something, just for the view, just to go through. But, America isn't the safest place, is it? You just don't, it's just pot luck, really, the incidents that occur, isn't it? It's quite a dangerous, crazy, wild west still. It's pretty mental. But yeah, it's something that maybe I'll do in this lifetime. I don't know. And then you've got California, which is quite diverse. We all have an image. When you say California, you have a specific image. We might have an image of like Los Angeles, where you just think everything's urbanized, built up. You might think of, I think, is it Compton and stuff, where you've got that, well, the gangs and the violence that goes on there. You might not even think of San Francisco, but that's part of California, where you've got the Golden Gate Bridge and you've got those steep sort of streets. So it's very iconic. But then you also do have the really nice sort of country plains, the bits that are out of nowhere where just look incredibly beautiful. So you've got Joshua Tree National Park here. I don't know if there's going to be any photos for it. We can have a little look, shall we? So we Google that one, Joshua Tree National Park. Joshua Tree National Park. Oh, wow. Straight away. Looks like something from the game Red Dead Redemption, if you played that. Now, well, I don't know how easy it is to die out there, because that's the real problem, isn't it? It's like, what amenities are nearby if something happens? It's desolate. So you have to have your wits about you and have some knowledge of how to survive just in case anything goes wrong with your vehicle or anything. Because people are like that. They're quite naive. It's just, some places in the world are harsh. So that does look a bit wild, doesn't it? But that's to the south. Is it southeast or west? It's just east of California. So of course California borders Mexico. Where else we got? I think it's more down here. I'm not really sure of all the places, in terms of the name. Death Valley. I'm guessing that's quite like a desert sort of thing. Santa Maria, that looked quite nice. So if you did Santa Maria, I think that's where maybe the rich people live. I'm not really sure. So if you did Santa Maria, let's do Santa Maria just briefly. They got pirate ships and stuff, so that's quite mental. Let's just put Santa Maria, California, shall we? Because that was coming up with a Santa Maria boat or ship. That one looked quite nice. Let's try this image. Oh, well, nice. Nice. And of course, you could do that with a lot of America. You could start picking up certain places. You go, that looks incredible. And it might just deviate from what you think. So when you think California, you think the urban area of California, of course. But it's so diverse. But of course. So yeah, my headphones are going crazy now. Don't know why it's doing that. Now, I don't know if this has been a boring video or interesting to some people, but the world is huge, and it's like, where do you want to see? And I think if you just keep yourself stagnant, you're just going to get bored in life, and you're going to sort of like stereotype everything because you're just going based on someone else's opinion or something, and you don't even have first-hand experience. It's a bit hard to talk on things if you've never been somewhere, So like I could say Tunisia, for instance, is dangerous. I'm not interested. I could go to Tunisia and it could be beautiful. But, I also find there's other places that are beautiful. But until I've been, I can't really have a genuine, like a personal experience of it. But that doesn't change the fact that it's volatile. So you could go one period, it's great, and you just have an impression it's great. And then something can happen at any moment because uprisings occur and it can get out of hand quick. So you've just got to ask the risk, But Egypt is another place I do want to go at some point. I would love to see the pyramids and stuff, but I know how much you get hounded in those places. So it's like, how stressful is it going to be just to get to see something you really want to see? But some of the places that are at, like what you call it, resorts, they look really, really nice. But you have to be careful with the sea because it's full of sharks. So I wouldn't go in the sea. You can go on a beach, but I wouldn't go in the water. There's no need to even go in the water half the time anyway. It's just as nice to be there. So yeah, if we go on Florida, for instance, I've been to Kissimmee, which is Orlando. The first outing was really just centered around Kissimmee and Orlando, really, just to go to the theme parks and things. And then the second time I went, it was more focused on Tampa, but it was more to the south of Tampa. So I had a brother. I had a brother that relocated, a couple of stepbrothers that relocated to Florida at one point. One still lives there, and it put us. They were more this area. So the second time we went, that's where me and my family went. So we went to Bradenton. It was a villa, and I got to, it wasn't me. I was younger then. I can't remember how old I was. 25, 24, 25. So my brother-in-law had a car rented. My stepdad had a car rented, but my stepdad got an injury on his knee, so I had to drive the car out there, which I thought, okay, I'll get on with it. I enjoyed that. I had to drive him to and from the hospital because he had appointments. I'm not going to go the whole point of the family dynamic within that one, but yeah, I was the one sacrificing, but I got to enjoy the car as well. So I was just getting in the car and going places. Everybody else wanted to sit around the pool all the time. I wanted to see things. So I would just get in the car on my own sometimes. Sometimes I went with my mum as well, but sometimes I just literally just went out on my own. And I would just park the car and and I would look around, literally the coast. One time I went to this other place that was a national, what do you call it? A national reserve. And that was a really nice place. And and as I walked through, you just got this beautiful view of the ocean. yeah, so I was seeing places on my own and just driving around really, and I was really just enjoying it. Um, this is it, DeSonto National Memorial. That's where I went. So we was down here. If we just look, we was right part our villa. I think was somewhere near here, if I'm right. Oh, it weren't. Oh, well, Sarasota. That's where it was. Sarasota, Bradenton, Sarasota. So I'm not sure if it was up here. It was further down here. I think it was round here. I can't remember. Um, so I had to drive. So obviously, I go on a little drive on my own, and I ended up here at this Soto thing, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice." You'd go for this walk. It also looked like a pirate. And it's like, okay. And this is it. You'd walk out, like I said, you'd walk out, and all of a sudden you've got the sea. It's really, really nice. Um, Beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful place. Bringing in memories, you know. I think I had photos on an old phone then because it's a long time ago, back like 25, 24, 25, and I'm freaking 42 now. So 17 years ago or so, is it? I don't know. Yeah, it is about 17 years ago. But this beach here is like Anna Maria there and Bradenton Beach. It was just this was all beautiful, beautiful beach. I don't think it's going to show us, is it? If we yeah, Anna Maria Island. If I say Anna Maria Beach, it might come up a little bit. Not sure it's exactly Anna Maria, but it's that sort of area. Yeah, look how beautiful that is. Incredible, isn't it? Mad. I had photos of all that, but I think they've since been lost. Sad, isn't it? But yeah, incredible views. And again, most people probably wouldn't go that side of Florida because they're so busy with focusing in the middle of Orlando or going to Miami on the other side. But actually, on the west side is actually really nice too. Of course, it's all seasonal, so if you go the wrong time, you're going to get sort of like natural disasters, aren't you, with the hurricanes and the tornadoes, which is really frustrating. Um, but that's my experience of Florida, and I absolutely loved it. So I talk sometimes about the issues in America, but it doesn't mean I hate. I don't hate America. I think it's incredibly beautiful. I just the politics and the landscapes just at the moment are quite dangerous. Um, so anyway, yeah. So you've got beautiful places everywhere around the world. You can start picking about anything, you know. But I do love home. So although that beach looked great, if you just go from that beach, for instance, and it looked incredible, didn't it? If you do that and then you go to the Cotswolds, for instance, they're completely different, aren't they? But that doesn't change that we still have beautiful places ourselves. You know, it's just different. We also have beaches just like they have. Now, the beaches look nothing like that. There's stunningness and the heat. But then there's different times of the year, you know, and it's still nice what we have. So I think sometimes people get lost. Oh, look at these lavender fields. Like I say, people get lost. If you go here as well, I want to go. I don't even live far from Cambridge. I'm like an hour. Is it an hour away? Half an hour away? 45 minutes? I don't know. If we do Cambridge University, I even just saw Cambridge, a, f- like a garden thing they had. It was really nice. But even if you go Cambridge University, I think that looks very something like Hogwarts, doesn't it? It's just mad. Look at this. These are places to see. Britain has some incredible architecture. It's really nice, and it's just about getting out there. If you actually go, there was somewhere I went. Actually, I know I've gone on long. If anyone's got this far, hopefully they've enjoyed a little talk on travel to an extent. There was a place I was going to a theme park when I was younger. Again, I can't remember how old now. Let's say I was 21, 22. I don't know. Um, and yeah, I was going to the theme park with someone, and I got lost. I missed a turn. I just took the wrong turn. All of a sudden, I started going towards London slightly. It weren't deep into London city centre or anything, like the city, but it went across the Thames. All of a sudden, I seen a part of the Thames that you wouldn't. So when you think of River Thames, you naturally think, well, most people do, where you got Tower Bridge. You think of London. This wasn't like that at all. This was really, really beautiful. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not. I'm only going to go off memory here. I can't say guaranteed. So effectively, I'm trying to go Chesington. So Chesington's in. It's around here somewhere. Here we go. I found it straight away. Chesington's here. So from Southend, for instance, if we just go here where it says Esther, I think it's near there. Okay, this is easier. So Southend's over here. I don't know if you can see it on my map. The mouse really isn't doing it justice. So around here is Southend. So I'm going to try and zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in. It might make it hard. It's going to make it harder because I just think it's going to get cluttered. Anyway, so we'd have to go in here, and then you'd cross the bridge. So you get Dartford Bridge. So it's a bridge coming south, and then it's a tunnel going north. So you go over the bridge, Queen Elizabeth Bridge, the QE2, and then you'd have to obviously follow the road, and you go all the way around till you get to Chesington. But I missed one of the turns. I'm not sure if I don't know if I missed it early or come back on myself. Wait a minute, because the Thames is here. I'm just trying to think how it happened. I might have gone. It's hard to find the Thames from here. I must have missed the turn, so I must have gone after. Not sure where it. I'm just trying to think because it's like if Chesington's here, where's the theme park? Unless they say it's Chesington World of Adventures and it's not actually in Chesington, because that'd be interesting. Hampton Court. I swear it's near this because I was looking it up after. Richmond Park. It weren't around here. That's too deep. I think I ended up over here somewhere. Is it going to give me any information? I just want a photo. It doesn't have to be the exact location. I just want to show what it looks like, to be honest. I think it's something like this. Let's say, let me just put Hampton River Thames. Let's try that. Hampton River Thames. It might give me what I want. Right, Hampton River Thames. Is it quite that? Don't think it's quite that photo. It says far more quaint. Maybe this image will help more. Something like that would. It was nice. It was a peaceful section of the river, you know. And it's just so nice. And it wasn't like what you'd expect the River Thames to be, you know. I just had a different image. Why? How did that come up? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, see how the River Thames, it just looks different to what you would think the Thames looks like. And I was like, wow, this looks nice. So again, it pushes you outside what your understanding is of something. You could think, oh, London is this urbanized place, it's polluted, the Thames water's filthy. And you can have an opinion on that, but the Thames is quite long. And it goes far deeper outside of the city centre than you'd think. You know, it starts to go out of it a bit here. Again, I can't be sure exactly. I just remember that I remember looking it up later, and it was Hampton, because I think Hampton House. I think there's one called Hampton House or something. So I think it was a bit further back from that. But I don't know how the hell I ended up there. That's the thing. I definitely weren't over here. I don't think. Not sure. It might be here, because if Chesington's there, that's why I think it's going to be round here or round here. See, Fort Park's here, so that's a theme park as well. You got Fort Park there, but so you got Fort Park there. You got Chesington over here. Anyway, there is absolute beauty everywhere. You know, it's just like, where do you want to travel? So I've got a lot of places I do want to travel. I want to see new places, but I also want to go places I've visited already. So I will go back to Sandringham. It's about, from where I am, I can't remember now. Is it an hour and a half? Hour? It's about an hour and a half drive for me to get to Sandringham. So it's a day out. I think it's an hour, actually. And then, like, Mundlesey Beach, I think it's a really nice day out. I'm going to take my daughter there at some point because she hasn't seen it, and it's a 2-hour trip each way. So that's just a day out. 2 hours. We go early enough, you get there for 2. It's just got to try and get there on a day when the weather's good, because it's not worth the hassle otherwise. And then we come back, and at some point it'd be nice just to have a period where maybe we can go and stay somewhere. So, like, you can have a hotel. We've done that before when I went for, like, family call. Not going to go through that now. So there's times when we had to have the hotel, and then we'd do things in that area where she is. And it's nice because it makes a hub, doesn't it? So you can have a hotel stay somewhere so you can sort of see more of the area. So if I went to York, for instance, rather than drive all the way up to York and back, maybe looking to get in a hotel for the night or something, so you can sort of maybe make a weekend of it. I don't know. Or just drive up and down. I don't really care. I'm used to doing trips like that. Edinburgh, no chance of my driving 6 hours to come back 6 hours. Now, if you're going up there, that can be an interesting trip. It depends how you plan it. Somewhere like Edinburgh Castle, for instance, you could just drive up there for 6 hours, stay there for the weekend or whatever you're doing, and then come back. Or you can fix some routes along the way. Well, you don't have to just make it 6 hours of chaos. You could stop in Newcastle if you wanted to see Newcastle. You could deviate over to the Lake District, which I'm not sure where I am. It makes sense because it goes too far left, but it knocks a few things out on the way, doesn't it? Or like you could stay. You could even make it a whole travel thing. You could literally go York, stay, and then then go Edinburgh after, or you can obviously do it different, or you can do different periods of the year. But that's the beauty of it all, you know. It's like you can get a lot in at once in a period of time, or you can just go, I'm going to go there this weekend. I'm going to go there this weekend. It's like, and I'll probably end up doing things like that. It's more like, you know what, let's make, like when things are picking up in my life, you know, I don't have the resources to do this right now, all of this, but I have things I want to do and I will do it. And obviously it'd be nice if I'm with someone and we can do these things together, because it's sometimes a bit like boring on your own to an extent, isn't it? But I mean, it doesn't stop me. I will obviously go places. But sometimes I might just wait for my daughter to be with me if it's going to be certain other things. But yeah, that's just these areas, you know. Like I say, you've got the rest of Europe to even consider. And I think sometimes there's places to visit that you don't always have to be on the beach, you know. Like, I really want to see a lot of Italy as well. Lake Como, goddamn, that looks nice, doesn't it? I don't know if anyone's seen I think most people have seen Lake Como. I don't know how much it costs. It's something I want to do. And Tuscany. See, Tuscany, I was looking at a holiday actually last year, going off track. I wanted to go, like when I come back from Crete, I feel like, I really want to go, I really want to go to see what, like Italy, let me see what, because I was trying to look at holidays for next year, which is this year, which unfortunately this year I just don't have the resources. You know, you have periods like that, it's fine. But yeah, I was looking at places and Tuscany was cheap. And I was like, that's surprising. So if we go, let me see if I can find Tuscany. I'm not sure where it is. I thought it was up north slightly. I think it's around here. But I might be wrong. I'm sure it's on the left. It's round. I swear it's around here. Here. But you know, I could be completely utterly wrong. Or is it here? I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to like Google this. I think, because I'm not going to be able to find it if it's not going to be obvious. Florence. It's near. I swear it's near Florence. I might be completely wrong. My ignorance is going to be astounding if it's nowhere near Florence. I swear it's this area though. All right, I'm not seeing it. So we're going to just go. We can probably do it on the map actually. I just didn't want to lose the map, but we'll do Tuscany, Italy. Tuscany, Italy. Where the hell is it? It's not pinning anything. Look how beautiful that looks. Oh, is it off the screen? Oh, has it been doing that the whole time? Pushing my screen off the. Oh, well, anyway, look how beautiful Tuscany is. You're having a laugh. I think Tuscany is where they did the filming for the scenes in Gladiator, when his family home, I think, was in Tuscany. And it just for me, it gives romantic vibes. So I thought I really want to go there because I'm single. I was thinking, "Ah, that's a waste. I don't want to waste it. I don't want to waste that destination on just me. So that's somewhere I definitely want to visit. It's I just think it just got this romantic vibe to it, doesn't it? Um, yeah, I was really impressed with it, and it wasn't a lot of money, at least when I was looking, from where I was looking. But yeah, beautiful. Um, oh, Tuscany art. But yeah, I think it looks credible. And again, this is looking outside the bubble, isn't it? It's going, look, if you're only going to go beach holidays, you're never going to see these places. Let's do, just while we're here one last time, let's do Lake Como now. It's not far away. Oh, Lake Como. I didn't know it was up there. I thought Lake Como was I thought it was still to the west. Okay, Lake Como. I think this is where I think this is wealthy people. I'm not sure. I mean, it looks wealth, doesn't it? It looks nice. But again, if you're only going to go beaches, you're never going to see these places. Look at the mountain backdrop at the back there. These are very popular places to visit for people. It just that gives me a romantic vibe too. And while we're at it, like I like Crete, but you from Crete you can actually sort of a lot of people like to go to Santorini. Santorini. And I was looking at it because it was like I don't know how long. I don't know if it's like a 2 hours on a ferry. You had to get a coach to the Heraklion, like where I was staying. A coach to Heraklion, then you can get a ferry, and you can make a day of it, and then you can go over there, blah blah blah. But like because of my knees and things, even though like so I get joint problems sometimes. It's worse in the cold, but it's better. I get better in the heat. But I just thought I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this. Like, I'm all right. I can walk. I always say that I can walk. I can get by and things. But if it's going to be this level of high steep steps, constantly putting pressure on it, it's like I can see me like reaching a limit here. So I don't know how I'd handle Santorini. I don't like heights, so I can handle heights to an extent. I don't like it, and the fact that I notice this little things because I'm aware of everything. The steps are so steep with these very thin walls either side, and it's not far for the mountain pass. So I don't think I would. I think I would be stressed the whole time, and I'll be trying to push against the wall. That's safe is what. That's why I can look. I can look really pathetic. I can if I don't because I don't do heights well at all. So I want to go as low as I can, and even if I've got to crawl across the floor, I'm going to do it. But my mind cannot look at this. So I'm thinking if I'm in any of these places, I would be pushed against the wall. You wouldn't see me standing there leaning over, going, "Oh, this is great." I'll be thinking safety first, safety first, safety first. So I mean, I might be better off just looking at the pictures of this place. That's so steep. It does look incredible, and it would be a nice. You'd say it'd be a nice thing to experience, but as if you don't. I think fear heights. It's so high up. I didn't even realize how high this place was. And Greece is like that a lot. You know, you might think, like I say, when I was doing the coach trips across Crete, it was on the map. You'd go, that looks nice, and the destination looks incredible. You don't realize the pain it is to get there, and you have to just close your eyes sometimes. You know, and it's anxiety. It's anxiety inducing. Like some of it is terrifying. Like it is that bad. You have guardrails on some of it, but some of it doesn't have guardrails. And you're thinking this is very close to the cliff edge. You've got lunatics driving everywhere, and it's like this is quite wild. So yeah, this that's the thing I think you don't people don't appreciate. Like when you go to other countries, you don't realize sort of how high it gets. You don't actually think that because in the UK, most of our areas are flat. Like it's low lying. You obviously got higher regions where you've got like the Peak District and things, and as you go through various areas, but for the most part, the UK is flat. So when you go abroad and you say, I'm going to go on this trip, I'm going to go on that trip, your natural thought isn't, oh, there might be cliffs and mountains. I didn't think about that. Oh, shit. That's different. That's scary. Then you get home and you just think, oh, this is beautiful. It's so safe. Anyway, that's just me like talking about that sort of stuff. But yeah, like I say, the UK has its own beauty, I think. And like I say, the national trust here is something I'm looking at, I'm thinking about. I think more when my finances are stable, because I don't want to do something where you're going to struggle not only to make the payments for the membership, but really to make use of the membership. Because one thing paying for it, you still got to travel to these places, you know. So I think once I'm more settled and I'm ready to do all this, I do think I would join. Because I want to see places, and it gives you direction, especially if it's going to give you a little handbook. You know, it just gives you a reason to go places, I think. And sometimes it's that I sometimes personally need that nudge. Sometimes I stay in my comfort zone, like because I'm busy. I've always got projects. I've got my books to do. I'm doing things, you know. But sometimes I need a nudge to go and do something, and it's like once I'm doing it, I'm really enjoying it. So sometimes just have a place to go. And I already got like bucket lists, I guess. And I will see it. And of course, I didn't show Cornwall there. I'm not deep with Cornwall. I'd like to see it, but if you just look at the map, it's so freaking far. But it'd be nice to see. It's just I'm aware of how populated it is. That's what puts me off the most. Is it's a tourist trap, Cornwall. So Cornwall's over here. I think if you look for Newquay, Newquay. I don't know the other places. St Ives. I think that's all Cornwall. So it's really at the peak, the far left, south or west of the UK. So I'm here. I'd have to go through there. Now, not always the same. So, like, if I'm going east towards Mundersley, I'm looking towards like Great Yarmouth. Really, just to where the North Sea is. Really, it's maybe a 2-hour trip, 2.5 hours if you go all the way to this side. You go through the Norfolk Broads, you see some incredible rivers. You go through an awful lot of countryside. It's an incredible drive. Like it's just a nice drive anyway. You know, it's scenic, especially when it's sunny. It feels beautiful. Now, if I was going over to Cornwall, you might go, that's not incredible. It is, obviously. But it's more the fact that this is all like main roads now. This is just motorways. This is just like stressful driving. It's just going to be traffic backlogged everywhere, depending on where you're going. So many people are trying to get to Cornwall. That'd be more of an off-peak thing, I think. Go when not everyone's thinking of going. Otherwise, it's not going to be the same experience. And of course, over here you've got the Dover Cliff, the Cliffs of Dover. You know, the White Cliffs of Dover. If we just quickly look that up while we're here. White Cliffs Dover. I'll put it in. So of course that's incredibly iconic. It's not the best image. I don't know why it's just giving me one image. Is that all they got? Oh, they did. That's ridiculous. Let me just do it here. White Cliffs of Dover. Right. Now it's going to show us some decent photos. That was outrageous. So again, the UK has its own moments, of absolute beauty, and I'm all here for it. Would I feel particularly comfortable walking on this path? Probably not. Probably not. That is incredible. I'd naturally think a gust of wind's going to throw you off, and that's an incredible height to be thrown off. That's crazy. Is that a little lighthouse in the middle of the? That can't be a lighthouse. Is that a lighthouse? Like, what's to stop the water gathering height above that? That can't be a lighthouse. That's probably just a beacon that goes in the water, is it? I don't know. That's stunning. Let's leave it there. So it's not just that Britain's beautiful. There's beauty around the entire world. And it's really just getting outside that bubble. But I think even things close to home can be incredibly stunning, and it can be great days out. So there's plenty of places to go and do things, It's just like, what's your interest, though? I mean, that's some of what I like doing, but, there's other activities, of course, more of the daily routines and things. It doesn't always have to just be looking at things. But they're the sort of places I want to visit. Like I say, Iceland just looks stunning. I might even be able to get a better image of Iceland, because that was terrible, wasn't it? It didn't do it justice to what I was talking about. Let me just do Iceland just in general. Let me see what comes up with it. Oh, here you go. Let's do more of this. Let's do more of this. Look at that. That's Iceland. Now have a look at this one. I know some of it's obviously going to be enhanced with filters and things. You can tell that. There was a nice one I just noticed. This as well. You get this beautiful water because it's volcanic. So it adds up this purified water that's just incredible. It just crystallizes. I don't know what it does, but it goes in. It's just absolutely stunning, isn't it? And again, what I'm talking about, if you only go to beaches, you would never see these places. I saw one. There's actually a YouTube video where people were going, they rode their bikes around Iceland. It was stunning. You just what they were doing. Of course, here the volcano is not so stunning. But you do get you get the northern lights and stuff as well, where the gases in the air and the atmosphere and things just react to create these beautiful moments. Yeah, I think the world is stunning. Yeah. Anyway, let's leave it there, really. Yeah, he's nice. Anyway, that's my little thing where I plan to go at some point.